Bam, bam, bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your top. Welcome to the Crypto Live Show, baby. Every single day, 2 times on the weekends, man. I do it, Tommy, 2 times. Get the papers over here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get a big sip of the lemon water. Let's decalcify the pineal gland. Get ourselves to another level on a higher frequency. That is the key. That's how we all get here. Trading is one thing, but can you get your mind on another level is another thing. Find out who Ed Leeds Scalene is. Find out where Coral Castle is. Find out who Jack Whiteside Parson is. Get yourself on another level. All right? Let's take a big sip of lemon water and let's get it going. And hydration is the key. If you're not hydrating, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're drinking. If you're drinking alcohol, that's the exact opposite of treating your body right. Get rid of the booze. Get rid of the alcohol. Stop doing what the commercials are telling you to do and start doing what your soul wants you to be doing. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Bang, bang, bang. And let's move forward into the live stream. Bitcoin pumping back up to 37,400. What a beautiful move to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. And did you start your day? Did you work out today and take care of your heart? I'm telling you right now, if you're not taking care of your heart, I don't care how much money you make in this market. I don't care how rich you get. If you can't go up a flight of stairs without breathing heavy, you are not wealthy. You are not wealthy. I'm telling you right now, wealth starts with health. You can have all the money in the world. If you can't enjoy it in a healthy manner, then you are not rich. I'm telling you right now. So it's healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit. Boom, boom, boom. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about what we're seeing here on Bookmap. Bookmap has a big ball of liquidity. That's a dark red. It's the closest dark red we see. It tells us that 38,000 is likely going to come, and it's that simple for Bookmap. Bookmap is a heat map order book showing us kind of like an infrared camera where the most people are hiding. There's a lot of people up here above us at 38,000. Bitcoin just got a nice boom from the lows of 36.8 all the way back up, and we're going to talk about what happened. If you're in my trading group, you already would have known about the short before it happened. You would have been in near protocol as we watch it blast to the upside. There's so much going on in the market that I could help you pay attention to, and if you stay focused, boom, boom, boom. That's Jimmy's boy right there. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. God bless each and every one of you for being here. And I figured I'd go all baby blue today, baby. Look at this. I never did this. This is a new outfit. You guys, and I've seen the shirt and the tie, but a different, I have so many combinations. You're never going to see me wear something. Every once in a while, there's a go-to that I really like, but every 60, 70 days, you might see a repeat, but really not. I mean, you could honestly see me wear something different every single time you come here because I have 60 shirts, 120 ties, 10 suit jackets, and about 10 vests. With that combination, you can do the math. I never have to wear the same thing ever again. And also, I have 110 pocket squares. So I'm ready to go, all right? I got my outfits ready to go, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break it down. Let's talk about Bitcoin. People pumping into Bitcoin right now on Fiat Leak, Chainlink, Litecoin, the big staples in Ethereum. Really, the top big 3 are getting bought up right now. We're seeing Litecoin, Chainlink. It looks like institutional buying, in my humble opinion. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. All right, let's talk about it. This morning, if you were in my trading group, I saw the head and shoulder before it happened. Did I not? Who here saw the head and shoulder before me, after me, or thought the same thing? And I said, hey, listen, I said, watch out. That's likely to break down. If we break the 200 SMA, we're going to come down to this next resistance level at 36,708. I was bullish when I put out my update, but then I saw this head and shoulder, and I said, man, everyone be careful. This head and shoulder is about to dump to the downside, and if you're in my trading group, you would have been aware of this. You might have been able to take a trade. It depends. If you have the education and the know-how, you would have been able to make a trade, but you can see me posting right here before it happens, all right? Right here, and I'm saying Bitcoin, it is as simple as seeing the patterns and trusting them, right? And then you can see the move to the downside, but right here, watch this head and shoulder pattern on the 7-minute. Watch if price breaks the 200 SMA. This is at 8:43 p.m. before it even happened. Next thing you know, let's press play and watch what happened here to Bitcoin. Boom, it got the drop. That was the take profit area. That was the take profit area. I already had I had this line drawn before it got there. It hit the exact place that I drew. It was also the bottom of this bigger triangle, see? And we went up, down, up, came back to the bottom and wicked right back off of it. There were so many buy orders here for people getting down. It pushed the price to the upside. Only been watching you for a few days. Interesting stream. Think I'm here to stay to keep it up. Kurt Draper, a lot of people come and never leave, baby, because they get the information they desire. I don't take days off. I pick up right from where I left off the night before. And it's every 6 to 5 hours. You're going to get a beautiful update in my trading group. Once you get addicted to the stream, you're going to get addicted to the trading group, and you're going to want to be jumping on in. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here, and thank you for complimenting the live stream by bringing your beautiful, awesome, amazing energy to my live, because without each and every one of you, we do not have a show. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Your time is the most precious asset. You can always get more money. You can lose money, gain money, but once you lose time, you can never get your time back. So I appreciate that you would spend your limited time on this earth with me right now, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it worth your while. I'm super conscious of your time, super conscious of your thoughts, and I'm going to make sure we do it to the highest caliber that we can here on the stream. Still got this cut in my lip, inside my mouth. It's so painful, but I'm gonna get through no matter what. I'm not complaining. So look, false move Monday too. If you're in my group, I talk about false move Monday. A false move to the upside with a move right back to the upside. We can even false move right back down. I never trust a Monday. I never trade heavy on a Monday. Doesn't mean I won't take a scalp quickly or easily, but I do not trade heavily on Mondays. I want to talk about Near Protocol too for a second before I jump on into Bitcoin. Near is hot. I'm personally in Near for pretty heavy, about $4,500. I opened up a position in Near. I already banged on it for about $500. It boomed to the upside, and I'm going to show you what I like about Near, what's happening to Near, and how I'm trading these altcoins recently. They use an algorithm, and they use it on almost every single thing, and I'm showing you that there's an Adam and Eve double bottom almost every single coin. Then they're using the slanted Adam and Eve to the break to the upside. I pointed this out on Near. It's up 65%. And again, I always talk about when price gets above the 200 SMA, you're going to get a move to the upside. Then you look at, the 3-day. If the 3-day has the 200 SMA there, you're likely to pump right up to this. Once you get above the 3-day, you are gone, baby, gone. So Near is on my radar. You might want to write it down. I see this thing going all the way up to the next resistance at $6 not too long from now. Do not kick yourself when Near 3Xs and you coulda, woulda, shoulda. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Just get yourself into the due diligence. Stay focused. What's the number one thing Americans love the most of anything in the world? What's the number one thing Americans love the most other anything else? What do Americans love the most? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? What do Americans love the most of anything in the world? Let me know. I want to see what your thoughts are here. What do Americans love the most? And shout out to the 839 people, 236 likes, $8.53 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you for this beautiful day that we have. Money, entertainment, debt, booze, consistency. They did a study on Americans, and they asked them, what do you most, what do Americans like the most? Americans love consistency. Consistency. I'm telling you right now, which breeds success. Focus and discipline will basically supersede success. It's just it's going to push you to the limit, to the next level. All right. Samuel James Price, man. Shout out to my man, Jay Baker in the house. God bless everybody here on the live. My name is Samuel James Price, and I am the Crypto Lifer, baby. I dedicated myself to crypto 110%. Why is my channel booming the way when the bear market? How come we doubled the trading group while other trading groups failed and fell off? How come we got more and more people to see what's happening? How come the stream is blowing up? How? Because of consistency and discipline. I found a way to keep my life completely disciplined and focused, and people can see it just by the results of the channel. We don't take days off. We don't stop, right? And I don't have 60 employees in a giant studio. It's me and 5 people, and we make it happen, baby, and we compete with some of the biggest channels in the entire space with my little itty-bitty, almost at 50K. We're almost at 50K. Get me to 50K by the end of December. That's all I want by the end of the year. I think we can get to 51,000. Bang, bang, bang. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to do my top-down analysis for BTC, and we're going to take you from the beginnings to the ends on Binance USDT. All right, and we're going to get there as fast as humanly possible because I see some movement possibly for Bitcoin in the next hour, and I want to make sure we're ready for it. So the first thing I do every single day here on the channel is I go to the weekly chart, even the 2-week chart, which is one of my go-to charts. And if you look at the 2-week still has momentum. It did get above this time, but the last time we got here, look at the massive gains that came. We could get all the way up to 50, 60K by the time this 2-week chart decides it needs to pull back slightly. It's a beautiful thing. So the 2-week chart had this beautiful trend line. People were talking about this being a bear flag. There was a lot of people saying, we're in a bear flag, we're in a bear flag. Honestly, if that was a bear flag, it would break down into to $2,000, $3,000. We're going to see a $3,000 Bitcoin. I mean, no cycle has ever done that. It would be very unique. And honestly, with all the money in the world, it doesn't make sense. Where are money going to put? People are putting their money into Bitcoin to get out of regular assets. Why would they jump back into the dollar? We're going to show you the DXY today. We're going to show you the S&P futures. We're going to show you Bitcoin dominance, US Tether dominance, and so many other things that are going to blow your mind. So if you're ready for the Mondays, baby, we're going to blast your socks off every single Monday. I can't wait to do that. Hey, Peter, what do you think? Hey, Crypto Lifer. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to go to bed. But we're going to do it today every single day, So look, Clear resistance right here on the 2-week chart. Bounce, 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 bounce. That's 2-week resistance right there. Once we flip this area at 37,800, 38K, we are on our way up to $47,000. You can see there's just not a lot of resistance in this area, and then smooth moves all around. I mean, that was a fast move. That was a fast move. There was a little bit of chunk, and that was a fast move. So this is the only area that we really have to deal with on a major scale. Bitcoin, really, look, and see this? Fast move down, fast move up. The 2-week chart went down quickly. The 2-week chart's going up quickly, and the 2-week chart is very bullish. I want to, put you onto this 2-week chart. Extremely, extremely bullish. So once we break, now, what's the bear sign? Because I'm not a perma bear and I'm not a perma bull. I am bullish overall on Bitcoin on the long term for sure, without a doubt. Blessings, Sam of the Lifers, XNA doing damage, and we knew it early. Thanks to Burke and the group. Hey man, that's why the group is amazing. There's so many beautiful people doing the input, and when they see me work super hard, they want to work hard for you. They want to put out the data that helps you. We got into coins this weekend that are blasting to the upside that nobody knows about. Ripping. Shout out to the man Burke, making me bread, baby. Dude, banging to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. And it was one of my biggest posts too. XNA just absolutely taking over the markets. And let's take a look how much it ripped right now on CoinEx. Nicely, look, and I even drew this bull flag. Showed you it had a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Boom. This thing is all the way at 2 cents. We already doubled up on this coin. Should have put 10 racks in it. You know what I mean? Wow, we already doubled up on XNA. And this is something I'm going to be building a bag of. This is my next Caspa. You can't be happy with what everyone knows about. Caspa's cool. It's going to keep doing its thing. We're happy with it. We already made massive gains. People have made 50, 60 grand, 100 grand. Someone had 1 million Caspa. They got in at a penny. I'm telling you right now, there's people that have made a boatload of money in the trading group. It's out of control. It is out of control. Bang, bang, bang. And everybody, we want to talk about the Black Friday special that I am running. I want to talk about it real quick, all right, as fast as humanly possible. And man, it's just so hard to run a stream all the way by yourself, doing every single thing by myself, posting the links, posting everything. I can't wait till I have a real team in the studio kind of assisting me in everything that I do, making sure the camera's ready every morning, making sure that the studio is right, making sure the lighting's perfect. I do all of it all by myself. I'm telling you right now, I'm the engineer, I'm the CEO, I'm the trader, I'm the leader of the trading group. And honestly, it's a high intensity life. I'm not going to lie. I would never ask for anything different. And I'm not complaining, but it's a high intensity life for sure. And every single day without a day off, it can get intense. Shout out to everybody here. I did take 5 hours yesterday to take my kids to my aunt, and I spent the whole, 5-6 hours. I didn't look at a chart. I didn't, I wasn't going to be rude to my aunt. She just, she did not want me looking at my phone. She even said it. She said, don't be looking at your phone when you're with me. You put that thing away and you spend time with your kids and me. And she was 100% right. So CryptoLifer.com, I want you to join my trading group. It'll change your life if you like what you're seeing here once we do top-down analysis right off the bat. On top of that, I have a newsletter. The newsletter will blow your mind. It's every single Monday. It came out today, and it's going to blow your mind when you get it. Put your email address in here right now because you know I'm going to keep giving you value. I would not just take your email address to send you squat diddly. I would never do that. On my dad's life that passed away, man, I will make sure this newsletter changes your life, gives you insight that you never thought humanly possible. I hired the best people in my team to provide the best possible services ever. Hit opt-in right now and subscribe. What this will do is you're going to be able to have access to my Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale before everybody else and an additional discount up to 35% off the original prices. So if you don't get into the newsletter, you're going to miss out. I'm going to make sure it's worth your while. I will pack the value in. I'm telling you right now, I do not play games and I do not waste your time. Jump on it today. And I'm always looking for 5 beautiful new traders. I'm looking for hundreds, but if I could get 5 beautiful new traders today, all right, that want to make their first profitable trade in 30 days, all right, and that want to learn, I want 5 beautiful traders that learn technical analysis and can make their first profitable trade in 30 days. I believe it can happen to you. You might want to be the one, but jumping into this newsletter is going to be the way you do it. Anyway, let's do our top-down analysis and finish off. But thank you, everyone. Join that newsletter today. It's going to give you the discount to the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. We're so focused on it. Can't wait. It's going to be out of control. So, and we know we have resistance here. We know we have support here too. All right. Clear as day. All right. And so this is where we stand on the 2-week chart. Let's go over to the weekly. The weekly already starting to look a little more bullish than bearish. Again, the weekly candle did close with a swing high tweezer top though, which to me is a bearish sign. I'll be honest with you. Whenever I see 2 wicks together like that, that is a bearish sign. It's called tweezer tops, topping tails, however you want to call it. Also, it's a swing failure pattern because this is lower, but these match. The next week will tell all. It's telling us we may get a little bit of a pullback on the weekly here based on just the candle bodies alone. All right. And we're at resistance. So there is some bearishness right now. I want to point that out. There is some bearishness. that we must look at, all right? I want to look at everything and be open-minded. However, the 5-day chart, as I told you, is bullish. So we could pull back down to here and hit 34.8. That could happen. It won't be a big deal. As long as we don't lose this trend line, I'm good to go. As long as the 5-day chart doesn't lose this trend line, and as long as the 5-day stays above this 200 SMA, we have no problems, nothing to worry about. We are rock solid, ready to go. So I really like what I'm seeing here on the 5-day chart. I really like what I'm looking at here for Bitcoin. So as long, and I'm telling you right now, and I've stuck to it, even when we got down here, I said the same thing. I said, as long as we stay above the 200 SMA on the 5-day chart. And then last night, you should look at it. I looked at General Electric, General Mills, and I showed you how when we got above the 5-day chart on both of those giant stocks, giant assets, we would blast to the upside and never look back. It would be the bottom and the beginning of a bull run. So I just want to put this in your mind. I mean, this is something you can see on multiple things all around the world. Everyone, keep it the like button. 293 likes with 942 people here. That's not your average YouTube channel. If I came to your house, I would take off my shoes and I would actually bring a gift and say, thank you. You're in my house right now. I dressed nicely for you. Hit the like button. I'm telling you right now, this ain't your average YouTube channel. Send the respect where the respect is due. Not hitting that like button is extremely disrespectful in my humble opinion. Do the right thing. And again, what are you? Are you a taker or are you a maker? If you're a maker, hit the like button and make it happen. If you're a taker, then watch my stream and give nothing back. That's a taker mentality. I'm not a taker. I'm a maker. I make for everyone around me. So it's up to you. Who do you want to be today? Do you want to be a maker or a taker? Hit that like button and do the right thing, all right? It won't hurt your hand. It won't mess up your hair. If anything, it's only going to enhance your frequency because you're going to do something for somebody else for once, all right? So jump on in today. Hit that like button. 963 people, 363 likes. You're going to get us to 1,000 people in the live. Come on, get me to 1,000. It's you people that got me here. 3 people used to watch this live stream. 3 people, then 5, then 10, then 20, then 100. Now there's 963 beautiful souls in the live. I know you can do it. I believe in each and every one of you. Let's get it going. 400, I like it. Let's get to 500, 600. Let's keep it moving, baby! What are you waiting for? This is your life. You have one life to live. One life to live. This ain't a dry run like my dad used to say. You have one life to live. You got to make it happen. Come on now. Let me motivate you out of your seat, out of the movement, out of the daily monotony. You're going to change your life with me. Things are going to be different once you watch me. This is not your average YouTube channel. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to push the frequency and the high vibration right through this microphone into your house. You've never seen it like this. Let's go. I don't play games and you shouldn't either. Let's go. So the 5-day chart, we are bullish as long as we stay above the 200 SMA and this trend line. Period. All right? I love my 3-day. My 3-day was where we saw the hidden bullish divergence, which got us to the upside and broke this high to the upside. The 3-day actually looking really bullish right now with the way the candle is closing there. You could almost say the 3-day's in this little flag that broke to the upside. Wow, look at that. I mean, that's a flag on the 3-day chart with a measured move to the upside here. Little itty bitty flag here on the 3-day. That has a measured move too, somewhere to $46,000 up to $47,000 for the 3-day chart. All right, we're going to move now into the daily chart, and we're going to take a look at what's happening here on the daily. The daily to me is making what's called an ascending triangle, a flat top with a movement to the upside here on the daily. I love what I'm seeing here for the daily. All right, it's not perfect, but it's definitely forming some of a pennant, somewhat of a tight area here. And I can even take these out, fake outs, breakouts back to the downside, or you can include them both and just make it tight. Either way, you're making a tight channel here, and you're touching the 21-day moving average. When we pumped up here, the daily would have pumped down to the 200. We did not do that. We went sideways. Then the stochastics reset all the way down, and we still stayed sideways. This is insane. A double bottom of the stochastics, MACD turning, and we negated the bearish divvy here. This was bearish divergence right here. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. Yes, it played out, but divergence is only as strong as the support of resistance that supersedes it. I'm telling you, if you don't know your support of resistance, you're gonna have a hard time with trading. You're going to struggle. You must learn support of resistance. 976. Let's get to 500 likes. Let's get to 1,000 people on this live. I will not stop till I hit 1,000. I refuse to believe we can't get 24 more people on the stream and hit 1,000 viewers. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's stop playing games with that like button. I demand it. I desire it. Dear Lord, I know we're getting to 1,000 people today. I know it. And the more people you do, the more people subscribe, the more people don't get wrecked anymore. Help people not get wrecked. Teach them the way. You know how many short squeezes we've called here? And people don't get short squeezed in the channel? All right? So look, that also propels us to the upside. The small measured move is just the length of this base here. And that brings us somewhere right here to about 40,400. So 40K is on the way, baby. 40K is about to get delivered like a stork and a baby right to the doorstep. 997 people. Let's keep the likes. Look, you keep it going. You people are doing this for me. You people are doing it. 3 more. You keep it the like. Someone out there, there's 400 of you not hitting the like button. Almost 500 people. Come on now. If you're new to the channel, if I'm not motivating you right now to keep it moving, come on now. Hit this to 1,000 right now in front of me. Watch this hit 1,000 right now so I can continue the stream. I'm obsessed about the numbers. Let's go, baby. Let's go. XNA, I gave this to you. I talked about it. I went over it. I even drew it from my trading group. Shoulder, head, and shoulder to the upside. Thing is booming all the way at 0.002 tenths of a cent. It's not even a penny yet. And there you go to 1,013 viewers on the live, 549 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. There we go, baby. There we go. Shout out to all the beautiful souls. 1,013 people on the live. So, daily looking good. Let's move forward to the 22-hour time frame. The 22-hour, bending up on the stochastics. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. Starting to kind of get skimped. There's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low. You must break above this resistance to remain bullish. So, as much as I love everything, and I'm talking bullishly, we must break back above 38,073 to remain bullish. We must break back above the zone, or we still will have an issue. However, I love how Bitcoin came back down and bounced nicely off this zone. So we have beautiful support at 35,500. Absolutely strong support, right? And I like to take this price note, throw one right here. Then I just hit control. If you ever want to move something, say you want another line here, you hit this line, hit control, you'll just drag another line up. Say you need another, one line here. And you can even do them if they're both done. You can grab them both at the same time if you highlight them both. So the rising wedge was negated. It fell to the downside, and then we consolidated. And this shows that people are very interested. Bullish consolidation for Bitcoin. Extremely, extremely bullish. However, I did show you the weekly swing low. We're going to have to break that to the upside and power forward. And shout out to everybody here. Join the newsletter today. I'm telling you right now, for the 1,000 people here, we are doing a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. And I know I'm shilling hard, but I got to, because I want to make sure you get the deal that you can get, the best deal ever. Join this newsletter. You get the Black Friday sale before everybody else and an additional discount up to 35% off the sale. Jump in right now and please hit that newsletter. I'm going to show you where the link is to the newsletter. It's right here. It's documented. It's in the comment section. Hit that link and let's get it moving. I can't wait to give you the beautiful discounts and help out your life and be able to give you my services at the least inexpensive price to keep you going. And that's why I also that's why we use MEXC. There's a reason why I'm on MEXC, because it's gonna be the best place for you with the least amount of fees. I always talk about how I bought $5,000 worth of Bitcoin and I ended up overpaying $500 on Binance US and getting overcharged the actual price of Bitcoin. They even do it on Coinbase. They hit you with high fees, and then they give you, Bitcoin's at 28,000, they'll charge you 2,900, or they'll charge you 28,120. They'll charge you like $120 to $150 over the price. This is zero spot maker and taker fees. You see how we trade futures here? You're gonna absolutely love it. It's the place to be. MEXC, baby, MEXC. Anyway, back to the 22. Now I'm gonna zoom into the 4-hour time frame. And look, the 4 hours making a flag right now, period. We had the beautiful dip to the downside, but that wick got eaten. They ate the price action like you wouldn't believe. And look, this is a beautiful trend line for Bitcoin. And I've been showing you guys this symmetrical triangle since last night when I talked about a breakout to the upside. We did get a beautiful breakout. We haven't given back that breakout. So if you're in my trading group, you've been given the sauce from day one. And look, previous resistance becomes support. That's an SR flip area right there. We could call it a zone. I'm going to make it a zone because sometimes it's not an exact line and it looks funny if you put it in a line. But I grab a zoned rectangle and you can see, like, this is the zone right here. Previous support or resistance a couple times. Resistance, bounce, bounce, bounce. And now the 4 hours making a bit of a flag. You would have to flag it out. To me, it's already kind of breaking out there a little bit. Measured move for the 4-hour time frame suggests that we could continue up and break through this high. And if once we break that high, everyone, that's a big deal. That's going to be a big deal. We break above this high, we can start using 38,000 as support and really change the game. And then 40K just gets closer and closer and closer and closer. All right? And we just sprinkle news in today. We're going to get rid of the news segment, but I do sprinkle news in every day here now. And just one thing I want you to look at here is Santander Private Bank introduces Bitcoin and Ethereum trading for clients in Switzerland. Santander getting ready, getting comfy, nuzzling up to Bitcoin. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Another thing we want to look at too is crypto ETP volume surges, 90% outpacing underlying asset. The total crypto ETP AUM between January and October, according to the publicly listed crypto firm. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. All right, so I like what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour. Previous support becomes resistance. The wick this morning was crazy. It was false move Monday. They made us look like the market was going to tank. They got everybody to short. They ripped the market right back to the upside, and they pulled the rug on you. I told my whole team, and I told everybody, false move Monday, get ready. And if you know about it, then you know about it. Like, you know about false move Monday in my trading group. All right, now let's look at the smaller time frame. It looks neater on the 4-hour, but let's kind of break down what we're seeing here. All right? And I'll move this for a second just for clarity. So what I saw was this kind of flag here this morning, and that's what we're in. You know, they broke the flag. They broke it right back up, and they got the move. And I already showed you the head and shoulder that I saw on the 7-minute time frame. So if you're in my trading group, you would have already known how to short, taking profits at the resistance. I don't know if you would have long back immediately. We would have to look at the smaller time frame to break that down. I was personally working out, so there's no way I was going to be able to take that trade. And I don't trade 9 to 10. I trade from 10 to 12. That's my main time to trade. That's why I'm here every single day. I love trading 10 to 12. That's where the action happens, and I'm a big-time swing trader. I'm putting 5, 10, 20 grand in a coin, swinging it for 3 to 4 or 5 nights, making $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. Then I have long-term positions. So that's how I do. I like to swing big money. I do trade futures. I took 5,000 to 7,000, and now I have my futures account. Where is it now? And I don't trade futures hard on the weekends. I trade futures hard Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I usually take a break. Right now, I am in a futures trade right now for CIA. I got $176 at 5X long. It's an $890 trade. Nothing huge, but if it does pay out and Celestia does continue to pump, previous resistance becomes support. We'll take a look at it later in the altcoin section of the live. How the live stream happens, if you're new, I go over Bitcoin from about 10 to 11, and I give you a top-down analysis from the weekly all the way down to sometimes the 1 minute to the 7 minute, every single time frame that we need to figure it out. Then I run into the DXY, the Dow Jones, or the S&P futures and stuff like that, and I show you a bunch of world macro assets that kind of make us figure out what's happening in the bigger scheme of things. Then we do super chat requests that come in throughout the live stream. We organize them. We get them ready. We never miss one, maybe once in a while, but it's very rare. And then we end the stream on a beautiful note. So that's kind of the way the stream goes every single day. If you're new, just sit back and relax and take in the information. We're going to blow your mind, and we're always going to teach you and be thorough every single time. So let's get back into the 1 hour time frame. So the 1 hour is in the flag. It broke out. And now we do really need to look at the smaller time frames. But as far as I'm concerned, we have breached even the bigger triangle. See, we breached this trend line. We have breached the trend line. Now, what's the bearish scenario? We would break back inside this pattern. And then we'd break back inside the bigger pattern right here. Then we'd break back inside this, hit this, and then we would fall down, back down to the bottom of the channel. As long as we stay above this trend line, we will not go back inside the pattern. We will not come down here. Golden cross on the 1 hour, which I talked about too, which is very bullish. And the stochastics look absolutely lovely with lack of bearish momentum. It, to me, says a big move is coming for Bitcoin, and we finally got back above the 200 SMA. Remember, being down here was not fun. I kept telling everybody, be careful. We have to get back above the zone. Yesterday, we saw the double bottom. I said, once we get above it, look for a huge pump. We got above it. Boom. Bitcoin blasted to the upside. So we even made a call this weekend that will blow your mind by using the 200 SMA. The 200 SMA is the gateway. And I like to backtest things and show you while I'm doing it so you get the access immediately. But look, when we got above the 200 SMA here, this is where we are right now. You know, a little bit of a false move inside of a flag. Look what happened after that. Huge moves that blew up to fruition. Here we got above it. Nice pump there. Here we got above it. Nice pump there. And it usually it's a sustainable move. Look, here we got above it. Beautiful pump to the upside. Here we got above it. Things started to moon to the upside. Here we got above it. Huge pump. And there we got above it. Pump. You can see every time we get somewhat of a pump. Sometimes it's not sustainable depending on the trend. If you're in a downward trend, but look at this. We got above it. Huge move to the upside. So like basically 90% of the time, if you get above a 200 SMA, you're getting a move to the upside. So I see bullishness for Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame, and I see it coming pretty fast. All right. Also, Bookmap corroborates the story that we're going to 38,000. There's a big order right there for Bookmap. All right. What I like about it is once you break above a bigger pattern, you have a lot of support here. So like a trade here makes sense to me with my stop loss below the 200 SMA. I mean, I'd like to be below the 200 SMA, but below this previous support and resistance level. And I believe, we can get further to the upside here at 38,374. That's what the charts convey. Who cares what I believe, think, or feel? I see a lot of people think what I think is going to happen. So Bitcoin pumping up already from 37,421. And I see a big move coming for Bitcoin based on the stochastics curving. That's an aggressive move. Lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. I may even make a Bitcoin trade right now on Monday. Even though it is false move Monday, I may make a BTC trade. 2.26 to 1 risk reward ratio. Not my favorite. I like to be 3 to 1s, but I'll take one if the hit rate works. let's get into the smaller time frames. Now I look at the 15. The 15-minute is a go-to trade time for me because it gives me like the smaller confirmation, all right? And look, see, some things are wicks on the 1 hour. They'll turn into actual position on the 15. So I'm going to negate the fact that the 15-minute fell and broke back inside the pattern, right? And we're just going to keep this flag alive. You see that? Now we came down for a retest, and the 15 minutes looking interesting. Let's look at our 5 and our 7. Yeah, wow. The 5-minute is setting up for a possible retest here. You can see it. And there's your 5-minute flag to the upside. So this is the smaller time frame idea that could get us on the bigger time frame move. Looks like the 5-minute is aggressively about to break to the upside with lack of momentum as well. So, I'm seeing some bullish signs for Bitcoin here on this 5-minute chart. So I am bullish. Now, what's the bear scenario that we can't get back above these wicks here at about 37,482? Once we get above that, I see a big move coming for BTC. So I'm calling along for Bitcoin right now. I'm looking at the long right now on the 1 hour time frame. Not the best risk-reward ratio, but and again, if we come back inside the pattern, it negates all this, and then we can almost probably get out before we even get stopped out. So I like what I'm seeing here at 37,410. And we just took you from the 2-week chart all the way down to the 7 and the 5. And that's what I do. I do top-down analysis for Bitcoin, and I break it down every single day while I show my trading group in the middle because it's a beautiful trading group. And I want you to get this awesome, awesome information. Shout out to the 1,110 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate you. My name is Samuel James Price. I've been trading for 15 years, okay? I've been busting my butt in these markets. I traded the Toronto Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange. I did so much trading. I've pressed the buy button, I believe, 10,000 times in my life, some crazy number. You wouldn't even believe how many times I've gotten in and out of a trade in my life. It's absurd. And you know what? Everyone thinks trading is automatic. Trading is a constant process. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym, you're in great shape. You take a month or two off, 3 months off, you got to kind of start. Your mind stays sharp if you keep it sharp. You know what I mean? Just like I'm dressed, baby. So join my newsletter. I have a comment right here to all the new people that just jumped in. I want you to join my newsletter because I'm doing a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, and I want you to get involved. If you have to opt in here and subscribe, and what's going to happen is you're going to get access to my Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale before everybody else, and you're going to get a discount that you can't get anywhere else, up to 35% off the original prices. Join the newsletter today. I have everything in this comment section highlighted. You can even join MEXC, and you can join CryptoLifer.com. That's my brand new website. I love it. Join today. Get the education you deserve. All right? And, do you want to be financially free? Do you dream of changing your life through trading? Well, I did too, and I can help you with technical analysis education. Get the TA education you deserve to change your life. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. All right? How do you change your life? You do something different that you didn't do yesterday. Yesterday, you didn't join my trading group. Today, you did. That's going to change your life forever. You will remember the day that you hung out with Sam Price in Sam Price's Discord. You're going to be changed as a person. I am going to make sure of it. My frequency is high. My energy is high. The actionable movements are going to push you to the next level. So I like this 1 hour time frame. I like what I'm seeing here. Smaller time frames. The only thing I don't like is the 15-minute a little overbought. The 7-minute a little over. 7-minute actually looks. 7-minute was a little overbought. Usually the 7 and the 5 are a little more aligned. And we do have a resistance right here. Once you break above this resistance, oh my gosh, Bitcoin can absolutely moon. I believe I'm going to take a trade here. So I'm going to go to BTC, USDT perpetual. All right. And I'm going to take a look at this, at what's happening. Now, I got two big ideas here. There's a long-term trade. There's a short-term scalp. They both work for me. But this is likely the next big trade out of the symmetrical triangle to the upside. Okay. And again, nothing is guaranteed. I may lose the trade and get stopped out. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. And I'll never tell you what to do with your money. I'm a teacher. You're a student. That is the basis of what we do here on the channel. All right. So I like the 272 risk-reward ratio. That works for me. And see how I'm building the position here, right here on the shot, like right here on this in front of you. Bitcoin moving as we speak. I'm actually, behind the 8 ball here. Let's take a look at 40. So my level 42,251 is my take profit. My stop loss is going to be at 35,703. Okay, that's the exact number I'm looking at. And then everyone's always worried if ever I go above leverage, it doesn't matter. Honestly, the leverage doesn't matter. Watch this. I can go all the way down to 5 leverage. Watch this. I'm going to teach you something that most people don't realize. And I can use my whole port. And I can risk $1,300 to gain $3,706, right? Great. I've taken this account from 5,000 all the way up to 5890 or 5934, right? I'm almost about to go to 6K again. And I've done this 3 times now. I keep taking the $5,000 to $7,000, taking the money out. $5,000 to $7,000, take the money out. This would be my third one. I've taken the $5,000 up to $7,000. Okay. Now let's take a look here. So now that, to me, that's a little risky. You know, I treat this like I'm teaching you how to trade as a, you know, realistically using proper risk management. So when I look at this, I'm like, I don't know if I'd want to lose $1,300 of my $5,000. It would be harder. You know, that would be a pretty big hit for me. So I lower the price action. I say, okay, I could lose $300 for $891. That ain't bad. I like that trade, but I have to go full port, right? And then you can see and open the long, and you can see the liquidation is going to be at 30,000. Very low liquidation. You know, we're going to use $1,000 and say it's cool, right? But it's also we're going to have to get the whole movement. It's going to take a little long. And, you know, I might want to just get a big pump here, even though I plan out the bigger trade. I just might get above this zone and then take some profit. So I think about it. I'm like, So I like to sit at about 30 leverage. So I bring this up to 30. All right. It's the same trade, everyone. Everyone gets super freaked out. The only thing is the liquidation will change. And now I drag this. Look, now I can use way less money for the same idea. I can trade 163 to gain $400. I like that. Because that way, if I get hit, I get hit. If not, I get a nice payday. I could do 247 for 706. That's a beautiful trade right there. And I lose $240. I don't mind that risk today, depending on, you know, what I'm seeing. All right. Market's coming down a little bit too. Let me look at the smaller time frame before I enter the trade. Bit of a double top of the 5-minute time frame. The 7-minute just isn't in my favor at the present moment. It's a little too high for me, technically. And the 15-minute too as well. Like, tell me that they may have to come back down. So this could be some type of trap here. And look, resistance. So we are hitting a resistance for Bitcoin. However, the moving averages are tight. We're getting this movement. We did just get a push up to the upside. I'm going to take the trade based on the bigger time frames. And I'm not going to really worry about the smaller. And that was my entry right down at 410. They just dipped it. Would have been a perfect place to get in. I'm going to mark it get in because it doesn't matter. All right. And then the only thing is, look at my liquidation. My liquidation is 36,451 now. A lot closer. I don't like that. I like a little more space. So I'm going to come on down. You get it? It doesn't matter what leverage you make. It matters what you're trying to do with the chart. Look, and then we're going to up the ante a little bit. Now we're going to risk that 228 for 600. I love that. That's beautiful. And the liquidation is at 35.8 now. Interesting. And we're $2,000 away from liquidation. I'm going to take the trade. You get it? So I figured out my liquidation price based on how much I was using of my leverage. The trade doesn't matter, everyone. Everyone says, once I get into the 30x leverage, I can't handle it. I can't trade leverage. Once I do any type of leverage, because you have no risk management. You have no discipline. Once you trade spot for 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, I've been trading spot for 10 years before I ever touched leverage. Just trade it the same way. If you have discipline and proper risk management, then nothing should be that hard, okay? The problem is people just don't have any consistency in their lives. Most people that are bad at leverage are probably, I'm not going to say it, but you can assume things about their personality if they can't handle a leverage trade because they're not able to simply look at it in a simple manner, all right? If you look at it the way I'm doing it, you break it down, it's not that difficult. Who here just learned a lot about leverage trading right now? Who here learned a lot more about leverage trading than they ever did right now? And again, I don't even push you to leverage trade. If you want to do it, do it. I personally do a lot of swing trading spot. I have no problem with doing that. I don't need to be a big shot. I don't need to show 50x. I don't need to be a big shot. Stop comparing yourself to everybody. You know what I mean? High energy, please. Shout out to my man, Book in the house. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. You can also start on 5x and then bump it to 10x, but keep your liquidation from the 5x. A little cheat code. Ooh. Why do isolated? Someone, I don't trade. The reason why I don't trade cross leverage, I just don't do it. All right. I've been trading for 15 years, man. You know what I mean? I'll trade cross every once in a while if I'm doing something different, but no, it's not my style. And look, I'm already up on the trade. Not amazingly well, but I'm already up on the trade. I personally like a lot more money and lower leverage. Like I used to do $5,000 and trade 5x leverage, right? Oh, what I realized that's what I just realized too. I'd have to get all the way to 42K. See, this is why, yeah. I might open up another, So lowering the leverage, we'll see what happens. But I like to make more money on the scalp. You know what I mean? Yeah, and just because someone else has a different strategy doesn't mean I trade that strategy. You know what I mean? I'm a disciplined guy who's been doing it a long time, man. You can learn, you know, for master friend strategy is great if you have a small account and you're trying to grow. But once you have $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 and or you're managing over $1 million, I mean, you do whatever makes you happy. I manage over $1 million portfolio. It's not simple. That's not like, you know, and I maintain every single day. So, and I'm still here with high pressure on me every single day. I run a family managing millions of dollars. It's insane. All right. Bestie in the game. Shout out to Lifer Adam in the house. Shout out to everybody here breaking it down. And I do see a big move coming. And another thing, I give free Bitcoin trades almost every single day. Again, I show you my strategy, what I'm talking about. Look at that beautiful candle that just came out. It's like the whole world thought what I was thinking, right? And this thing could bend the 15-minute and just continue to the upside. We desperately need to get above this resistance. This is clear resistance. 37,500 is holding us down. We have to get back above it to remain bullish. You're a G. Bless you and your family. Thank you. When I start losing more often with leverage, I go back to spot trading to cool off. There you go, man. There you go. And leverage makes people greedy. They can make money so fast, it kind of gets them, you know what I mean? It jars you. It jars you. It jars you. Put the lemon in the water, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. 1,139 people. Now, we do have an amazing leverage trading strategy in the trading group that'll blow your mind. All right? And I have used it. I've mitigated and made 5,000% on BLX. You guys saw me on BLZ. I've done it many times. I'm just focused, man. I got like when I put $5,000 in a spot. Look, we just got above resistance, dude. We're banging to the upside. I just gave you a beautiful trade. You're in the money right now. So if you took the call, you're in the money. We're banging to the upside. Already up 3%. I'm the king of 3%. I should have made even more. Usually I want a little high leverage, make the trade a little smaller. I could have scalped like a 5-minute time frame. But dude, you're already in the money right now. You're in the money. Anyone that took the trade right now, if you understood the same thing, you were in the money, man. So God bless everybody out there. Bang, bang, bang. That's how you does them. That's how you does them. That's how you does them and you does them, baby. Now I got the best ad. I got it. This man, look, using Lifer Friend strategies, Master Friend strategies in my trading group, 5,300% gains yesterday on a 200x leverage. Learn how to use 200x properly. Learn how to use the leverage system properly. Learn how to use their money to your advantage so you can gain a small account and grow it to a bigger account. So many young traders have joined this trading class and it's blown their mind. Hit the QR code or the link below to jump on in. I'd greatly appreciate to see you in there. All right? And that class, it's basically a class that you get a recording of, and then you get 3 weekly mentoring sessions. Like, let's break that down again. 3 weekly mentoring sessions. It'll blow your mind. All right? It'll blow your mind. Okay. Moving forward and breaking it down and talking about it. I just gave you a live leverage trade that played out. You could have taken your money right now, you know, if you were in high scalp situation. I'm going for a bigger move here, but I did wish I made a small scalp. How do you make a small scalp while you're still trading this? Well, you could grab some Bitcoin. You could send Bitcoin to the exchange, and then you can open up a BTC USD trade, which is separate from the Bitcoin USDT trade, okay? And for instance, the trade really was just this little flag off the 200 SMA, bang, right? With a good amount of leverage in the right amount of money, that should have paid already, you know, to the upside for massive gains. Look at this, 37,593. I told you a pump was coming, did I not? Who did it again, baby? Who did it again? And actually, actions speak louder than words. This is why so many people join my trading group. This is why so many people jump on in, because I call along and the thing happens to boom immediately when I called along. Look at this thing. Look at that thing mooning to the upside. That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it. Yes! Yes! Sorry. But that's how you make gains, all right? And look, I'm not greedy, all right? I'm not greedy. That's how you make the fastest $20 in your life, up 9%. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to anyone that took advantage of the trade. Who here is in the money right now? And I love asking, but who here is in the money right now? Who here is in the money right now with the knowledge they receive and the education that they get, baby? Timed it to the T, baby. Chabela, man. Like a bull, dude. Like, who does it? Who shows you? If your mentor can't show you where price action's going to go before it happens, get out of the group. You know what I mean? And I do this all the time. Like, I've done this 1,000 times now on the channel to the point of no return. Unbelievable. This guy. And I don't have to answer to anyone. Someone said, why so many indicators? I don't got to answer to you. I love you, but I really don't have to answer to you, man. I love you. It's a good question. I use the indicators that help me. I use the indicators that make sense. And it's really not a lot of indicators. You think it is because I use very simple indicators. Very simple. Where's my VRVP? Why is it playing games? Wow, look at this thing mooning to the upside. Beautiful pump to the upside. And look, it was almost a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. See the slanted inverted? See how it's a slanted inverted head and shoulder? I'm telling you right now, I see things that people just can't see. And once your mind bends and spins and you see it so differently, then you won't see things. But that's definitely an inverted head and shoulder. It just slanted. And then you can find out where you're likely going to go because you take the neckline to the head. And now you're mooning. You're mooning, baby. And I see us going all the way to 37,981. Look at this pump, baby. Who called the pump for you, baby? Who called the pump? We got the pump. Who called the pump? We got the pump. Who called the pump? Bang, bang, bang. And I've called Bitcoin like this to the point of no return, man. Monday morning, I showed you the false move before it happened in the trading group. I talked about the head and shoulder pattern, broke it down. Showed you the area that we would bounce from. We bounced from it. Like, you can't, like, then we got back inside. Then I called the long at the perfect time. All right? And again, take your profits on these quick trades. If you're not in a long-term trade like me, take your profits. That was a fast move to the upside that could have gotten you very, very paid. All right? I'm just, I didn't go hard. I didn't feel like going hard. Anyway, now we broke through this resistance. Now Bitcoin must stay back above 37,479 to remain bullish. And I've given you my macro and my analysis. We could break back inside. Then I'll give you my bearish scenario and my bullish scenario for Bitcoin. All right? There's really nothing much else to talk about. As long as we stay above this trend line, we're going to this spot here at 38,426. If we break back inside the pattern, look for us to hit the bottom. And then if we leave that, look for us to hit this point of control. If we lose that, look for us to drop all the way down to 35,459. Right? And Sammy Beans could get liquidated. You know what I mean? All right. And that's why we have 1,158 people here, because every single time I come live, I give value. I give the value. Let's talk about Nosana blasting to the upside. If you're in my trading group, you got NOS. That NOS. That NOS, baby. USDT here on MEXC, Nosana. All right. And this thing blasted to the upside from the low, all the way up 159%. Still holding some gains here. Starting to make a bit of a symmetrical triangle as you see it get tighter and tighter in the zone. Not saying I would just jump into it again, but something I'm looking at, and it's holding its gains. And this thing would continue to the upside up to about 85 cents from 47. Talking almost another double up for Nosana. And this coin, look, it's got a shoulder, head, and shoulder. Very, very interesting. Let's talk about XNA real quick. Neura AI that I got into on CoinX. Place to be, man. And again, I'm not pushing CoinX too much. I did one trade on it. But wow, like this thing mooned. And I love what we're seeing. We got into this over the weekend. We actually, we have a miner in my trading group that also works in the back end of my team. Shout out to GF Burke, my man. And he started telling me about it right here. Miners are loving it, fair launch. And I was like, I have to hear about something. And I started getting in around here. And this thing just absolutely mooned. Cup and handle to the upside. Sammy cup and heady. And it absolutely blasted. And someone said, why so many indicators? I don't really use that many indicators. I use the moving averages. I use the MACD, the RSI, the Stokes, and the VRVP. I don't really think that's a lot. Like 5 indicators, really not that big of a deal. Moving averages teach a lot. Whenever they get tight, I know it's time to get inside of a trade. Whenever they start to get far apart, it tells me that things may have to come back down or consolidate. All right? And that's just the facts of life. Look, this was a breakout fake out right now. So what I would do is start looking at this like, is it going to make some type of bigger triangle like this? And it could even dump to the downside. There's no guarantees. This is something I'm holding long term. I'm not really going to sweat the every single day price action. I'm just going to park my funds and let them fly, baby. And that's the key. All right? That's the key. Here's a big deal, too. Bitcoin getting scarce. 3 altcoins that you must have. We're going to talk about 3 altcoins that you must have if you stay towards the end of the stream. 3 altcoins that I believe are a must-have in the portfolio to make massive gains. 70% of Bitcoin dormant for a year. 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. Bitcoin traders maintain Bitcoin price retracement odds. This will take persistent demand for spot begin to crack. Bullish confirmation is seeing limit bids move up closer to the price. This is all nonsense. I don't read too much into it. You know what I mean? I don't listen to other people's technical analysis. They say they're going up here, make a double top, come back down. I don't know. I don't listen to the nonsense. I really don't. But if you look at Bitcoin monthly returns, you can see that September, usually not the best. October, the best. November, not too bad. And December, 49% 2020, right? Which was huge. 2019, down a little bit, but 38%, 17, 16. So it can go up and down in December. There's a lot of sell-offs for tax loss harvesting. All right. Wow, Bitcoin all the way back to 474. Look at them shredding the price right back to the downside. False move Monday. Just be careful trading on Mondays, no matter what, no matter how good it all looks. Just be careful. My trade is a longer-term trade. I'm not sweating the small time frames. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to be in the trade. And again, the worst I could lose in the trade is $200, and I'll be okay. Even if I get liquidated, I can only lose $228. See, I don't like losing a lot of money. All right? If you do use cross and use 200x leverage and you don't know what you're doing, you must use a demo account. And that's another reason why I don't do it, because I would have to demo trade for the next 60 days to do it properly. And I'm making too much money spot trading, and my focus is too hard that it would take away from me making money. I'm making a lot of money right now, not to be rude, but I'm making boatloads of money right now with my strategies. And so if I decided to start trading leverage at 200x, I would, because of me, and I'm a persistent person, I'm anal, and I want to make sure it's done properly, I would have to demo trade it for over 60 days, get myself accustomed, and then move in. Honestly, right now, I'm having too much fun trading altcoins. Like, I'm making a blast. So I'm just sticking to what's working for me. But you stick to what works for you. And if you're new, jump into that class, because if you do have a small amount of money, it can really help you. But it will take persistence, and you will have to do a demo trade. I say 50 to 100 demo trades before you start. And everyone should demo trade before you even trade real money. There's no reason you should be jumping in before you understand the markets. All right? But I always caution people, do heavy research. Do heavy research. The more research you do, the better off you will be. Anyone that tells you not to do research, that they don't do research, I think is leading you astray. And they don't really understand the crypto market, and they don't know how to make the most amount of money. I'm telling you right now, I will be worth $1 billion. You're hearing it from me right now. I will be worth $1 billion. I'm either going to be worth $1 billion, I'm going to die trying. So every single day, I'm going to push myself to become a billionaire. And I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to see, my whole life, I wanted to see if things can be done. Can I take a channel to 100K? I want to see if I can do it. I believe I can. Can I make $1 billion? Why? Who here believes they could be a billionaire? I want to know. Who here in the chat believes they could be a billionaire? I asked this last night. I got amazed. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1B in the chat. Put 1B in the chat if you think that you could make it to $1 billion. Put a 1B. Put a 1B in the chat right now. Put a 1B. 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 I want to see who listens. Put a 1B in the chat if you believe you can make it to $1 billion. Look at all the 1Bs coming in. A lot of people are confident in themselves. If your dreams don't make people laugh at you, they're not big enough. If your dreams don't make people laugh at you, they are not big enough. I'm going to say it again. If your dreams don't make people laugh at you, they're not big enough. Your dreams should make the average person look at you and think you are out of your mind, insane. I want to start a YouTube channel, get to 1 million followers. You know how many people look at you and say you're out of your mind? I'm on my way to 1 million. 50,000 isn't that hard to turn into 1 million followers. Think about it. We're already a 10th of the way there to 500,000. We're a 20th of the way there to 1 million. That's not that bad. Look at all these people that believe they can be a billionaire. I love it. I love it. I love it. 1 trillion we wrote in there. 10 billion. Yeah, why stop at 1? You know, but our first billion. Then we can go from there. You know what I mean? And making your first 100 grand is the first way to do it. And then you go from there. Wow, look at the false move Monday. But back up to 37,004. Getting wicked back to the upside. And I wouldn't trust the crazy moves on a Monday morning. They just don't like the fact that people make money. I guess on Mondays, they try to wreck as many people as humanly possible. It's insane. All right. So XNA is still looking good. I like this symmetrical triangle. And over time, 2-3 weeks from now, I wouldn't be surprised if the thing continues to go all the way to a penny. We 5x, we get to a penny. 5x at a penny, if you can believe that. And a lot of coins could do these things. We got them in before anyone even knew what this was. XNA, Nura AI. All right. Nura AI, or Nur AI, if you want to call it there. And go to CoinMarketCap. It's going to be a great place of resources for you. Look at the strong coins in the last 1 hour. Those are the coins that are good to trade. Maker's up. ApeCoin's up. Chronos is up. 24 hours also. Let's see what the hottest coin in the last 24 hours was. Casper taking a bit of a hit. Back to 13.8. But we got Near Protocol. And I called Near. I talked about it. One of the top gainers of the day was Near. And I was all over it. I showed you my position for Near. Near is banging on them to the upside at 210. If I were to sell my Near, I got in a little late. I'll be honest. If I sell on my Near right now, they'll already made $528 in about 24 hours. Got in yesterday morning for Near, baby, because I saw something in the charts that told me there would be a big move. So I swing. Look, I put in $4,000 into near and made $500 overnight. My bags are $4,000 a piece, $5,000 a piece, $10,000 a piece. I don't play games when it comes to spot. All right? I really don't. I don't play games when it comes to spot. I go hard or I go home, baby. And again, it took me years to do that. And I was looking at the game last night while I was on the stream. All right. And I did get a new subscription to everything today. I re-upped. All right. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, let's break it down. We're going to talk about the S&P right now. ES1. I call this beautiful reversal for the S&P for a master pump. This thing's continuing to boom. I put out this 10-minute trade. Look at this 10-minute. Watch this. Look at the flag on the S&P futures. That's an ascending triangle, almost like a bull pennant. That's likely to break to the upside for the S&P and continue to the upside, baby. Let me grab that. Sorry, not the charts. And I can see this continuing to the upside. S&P futures looking beautiful. Next stop for the S&P is 46.47. Unreal. If you watch my macro, who here watch my macro weekly analysis every time? I firmly believe not everybody, because we have 1,000 people here and the video gets like 1,500 views. But if you watch me every single Friday for the last, and I try to do it, but I've been consistent for 4 Fridays now. But 3 Fridays ago, around November 1st area, November 2nd, whatever it was, or November 22nd, somewhere here, somewhere in the beginning of November, I would call a reversal for the S&P out of this beautiful cup and handle. I saw on the 3-day chart that we had hidden bullish divergence, telling me that we were likely going to the upside. Hidden bullish is when you have a swing low, and a swing low, the RSI moves down, but price action moves up. It's one of my favorite things to use in trading. It makes so much money. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? Nothing's mental to trade. You know what? When someone tells me something's mental to trade, it tells me that they're on small time frames staring at the screen all the time. Do your due diligence, put in your stop and your take profit, and walk away. It's that simple. Like, either believe in the trade or don't. Nothing should be mental to trade at all, because you shouldn't be watching the up and down price action. That lets me know that you're glued to the screen and getting emotional. I can already tell by your words how you're trading, everyone. I can ask you 10 questions, and by how you answer those questions, I can tell whether you're a good trader, if you're good with money, if you have negative self-talk, if you put yourself down. And then if I know you're putting yourself down, then I know that you're bugging out, and I know that you're getting really emotional because I know you're beating yourself up a lot. So I can help you just by listening to you and hearing your words. I know what kind of trader you are. All right? Trust me, because I did all the bad things already, so I know. I used to do negative self-talk. I used to live in depression. I used to go mental over trading. I don't do it anymore, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And I went all baby blue today. So you can see my eyes, baby. You can see the eyes, baby. Matching everything. Shout out to everybody. But I see the S&P continuing. Look at this small flag on the 10-minute chart. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to the upside here for the S&P, breaking through resistance. It's a beautiful sign for the S&P. We have one more level to get above right there, 4547. It's likely we're going to move up to 4609. All right. JOYSTREAM made a beautiful move last night. Let's talk about my baby JOYSTREAM real quick, and then I'll get into the NASDAQ. So look, this is what's called a stop hunt. When a coin doesn't have a lot of liquidity, you do not want to put yourself in the obvious place. All right? You need to zoom out. Your stop loss needs to be below where all the freaky people, like everyone that's scared, doesn't want to lose a lot of money, they're going to put their stop right there. My stop's got to be here, below the biggest wick inside the channel. This was easily a stop hunt. You know, too many people took the same trade and put their stops right here. And that's where they went for it, right? So remember, if you're putting your stop loss where everyone else is, you might want to second guess what you're doing, okay? Because you're going to get hunted. Now, what I see is that we broke back inside the pattern, and I still like what I'm seeing here for JOYSTREAM. So, you know, and this is another reason why when I like a project, I just put in a good amount of money and I let it ride, baby. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. My research is so damn good that it takes care of a lot of the other issues. You know what I mean? If you do heavy research, you won't have to do anything else. That's the heavy lifting that you do. All right. One thing, my Cadillac Escalade, when I bought it, had a paint chip this small, literally. It's like the size of a pen top, but I can see it. And I saw it, and I called the dealership and said, what is this? Should I be mad about a paint chip this small on the Escalade? Should I be? I'm not mad. So I'm bringing it in today to the paint department and saying, hey, what's going on here? And I made an appointment, so I do have to, but I'll do a video on my way there inside the Cadillac. I'll do some type of cool video. Maybe I'll live stream on my way if you want to kick it with me. I was pissed. I was pissed. not right. Like, how come I'm the one that saw it? You know they saw it, and they tried to play it off thinking I wouldn't see it. Yeah. Get it wrapped. What does wrapped mean? What do you mean get it wrapped? It adds character. They have to fix it. It's so small. It's literally like, I'm not lying to you. It's like this small. It's about that big. You know what I mean? But again, I mean, you know, that's the cost of driving. It's a nice car, vinyl. Wrap the caddy. I got it covered in like a wax wrap. Yes, you should, especially as much as they charge for cars these days. 100%. Anyway, who cares? Let's get back into price action. You know what I mean? And I love each and every one of you. You're beautiful people. In the past, Thanksgiving weekend market usually pumps so everyone could talk about it during Thanksgiving. Actually, not true. I remember 2 Thanksgiving where the market dumped in my face. Well, it pumped, and then Friday, if I didn't take profit, it took a nasty dump. I'm not saying it's going to do that. You know, we're going to take it one step at a time. I see JOYSTREAM continuing to the upside, though, on the bigger, if you open this up. You could even say it's making an ascending triangle here. Watch for it to consolidate. I'll move this alert here. And see, this is what I do. I watch consolidation. Once it continues to, if 2 or 3 days from now or even less, you see it sideways right there, maybe a 10 minute, in an hour and a half, 2 hours, it could look like it's going to continue to the upside. 56772 is my move. GFAL remember they had an unlock. It didn't seem to matter. It just made people buy up more of the coin, honestly. But let's talk about GFAL, games for a living. Why do I like this coin? Why do I talk about it a lot? Why do I mention it here? I'm not paid by anyone to shill. I want to make that clear. I do have bags of this, so I like it. So, I do want to make it popular, but at the same time, I don't really care about my own bag. I care about you learning. And your learning is the biggest thing for me. And I put God first, everybody. And because I put God first, I put you first. Because you're a beautiful creation of God. Everyone here on this live stream, you are a beautiful creation of God. And I'm so blessed that you would share your time with me. And so we made the Twisted Sister. We bounced on up. And then we got this huge wick to the upside for JOYSTREAM. Came back down, right? So what I'm seeing now is I can get rid of the falling wedge, and we can start to look for consolidation. This looks like it's going to move a lot like GFAL. Sorry, this is going to move a lot like GFAL. I called it JOYSTREAM. I apologize. This is going to move a lot like JOYSTREAM. This is GFAL, games for a living. Why do I like games for a living? Because Electronic Arts was one of the biggest video game companies in the world, and Trip Hawkins ran it and became a billionaire, changed the whole world. Right, a $1 billion company. I don't know if he became a billionaire, but things are hot. And when I break that down and I talk about it, I think, man, this guy's not going to lose. You know what I mean? He's going to continue to push, and he's all about, he's the founder and one of the main people behind GFAL, and he already took Electronic Arts to another level. So I'm telling you right now, I see a 75% gain coming out of this thing. We got in down here. This has been in a bull run. Ever since we got in down here, this thing has never stopped going to the upside. We have just continued to do damage on GFAL. What a beautiful coin. What a beautiful position to be in. I'm super excited that I picked this coin out at the very beginning stages. No one ever paid me to talk about it. I don't do that. I don't shill. I found this on my own. I liked it. I could see from the beginning that something big was going to brew for this project, and that it was going to be a big project. And look, if you look at it, I'm up $3,000. I got $5,000 in GFAL. This thing continues to pay me. I swung traded a few times, and then I left it alone, continuing to boom to the upside. Let's take a look at GALA. I also got a nice gaming portfolio. I got GALA. I got Immutable X, right? I got Illuvium. I even have some other coins that came out earlier back in the day that I still hold. So look at this. GALA is about to pump so hard. I'm telling you right now, look at it. It looks really nice. If I switch on the moving averages and we kind of move forward to the look at the 22-hour time frame. It just had a golden cross. Then I switch to the daily. The daily's about to get a golden cross. If you can front run a golden cross on the daily, this is where the magic happens. See, a lot of these have happened already, and then they've boomed to the upside, all right? Let me take a look. I'll show you Caspa, right? But so this is a coin that I believe is likely going to pump. I'm heavily in this coin too, and I wouldn't even mind swing trading it for a couple bags as well, but I like what I'm seeing here for GALA. It looks absolutely amazing. And so, yes, simple moving averages are latent indicators. Once they cross, things have happened a lot, so I front run them. If you can front run a latent indicator, you actually turn it into a progressive indicator, into a leading indicator. But you got to see it for years. See, I've seen it happen so I can lead them into where they're going to go, even though they're latent. My mind can do tricks and flips and dips and all sorts of things. but it's been doing this for a long, long time. I can teach you everything I know if you shadow me, if you watch me. I have a hyperactive brain. I'm super, super out of my mind insane. And this is all I do, 24/7, coins, spend time with my family and my wife, and spend time with my trading group, you know. Got wrecked on, but yeah, well, GALA got that bad news, and then it dumped. When it dumped, I decided to sell off some of my GALA bag, put it in GFAL, and then GFAL took off. It was the best thing I ever did. And then at the one point when I felt like GALA was good around here, I started to buy back in, and then slowly DCA back into the GALA bag. GALA's going to be big, man. I'm telling you, look at this giant Adam and Eve. This thing is just getting started. All the Adam and Eves have broken out yet. Because GALA got the pump down, it's a little bit behind the other coins. That's what I like about it. It's about to do what all these other coins did. PYR did it, everything. So I'll take a look at PYR, right? Vulcan Forge. This coin was also on a TV show that got a lot of play, so it was pretty big. Got all the way to 672. I put it out inside this channel right there at 428, and it continued to pump. Look, if you go back in time, when I started looking at it, I was going to front run the Golden Cross on the daily. And you can see that what is a golden cross? It's when the 50-day moving average crosses the 200-day moving average, the simples. This 50 is red. That is yellow. So when the red crosses the yellow, boom, you get an explosive move happening. Usually it happens a little beforehand, and then it pulls the moving averages up. So you front run this idea. Look, this was coming for the 200 SMA. I could tell. So another main reason that I put this thing out. Look what happened once that was about to cross. Boom. Look at how price action absolutely exploded using the replay tool there. And we hit our target and some, and then continued up to 672. All right. Now, if you look at Vulcan Forge, it's in this giant W. You see that W? And this had a lot of time to come back down. It did not. People are fiending for this project. They really like it. The daily reset, and it's still looking good to me. Vulcan Forge, another coin you might want to write down that could do damage getting all the way to 10 beans. And again, the time was to get in at the very bottom. This thing is 2. It would be due about a 4.5x since October 19th. And October, man, Pumptober, November, before the halving, grabbing coins November before a halving is one of the greatest things that you could do to build a portfolio. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. So 44% gains coming out of Vulcan Forge. I like what I'm seeing here. I like the market structure. Stop loss below one of these wicks or these candle bodies. And I like what I'm seeing here for PYR, Vulcan Forge. All right. Vulcan Forge is on my radar. It's a gaming coin. It's been hot. It's been hot, baby. It's been hot. So look how many coins I've just thrown into your brain today since you've been here. You know about so much that you didn't know if you just joined my channel. You could watch 100 of those pre-recorded videos that people make, and I'd still give you more information in a compacted 2-hour time frame. Not only will I teach you how to trade, I'll teach you how to deep dive coins. I'll teach you how to find the right process to do it. I'll teach you how to look at the statistics that you want to go for. You'll have a blast with me. I have a blast with you, so I know every single time you come to my stream, I get excited. I appreciate you. I love you. You mean the world to me because you showed up. I have a beautiful life. Like, my channel continues to grow, so I owe it all to each and every one of you. If you didn't show up, and that's why I say your most precious asset is your time, and I'm so humble about it, and I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. So thank you, everybody that shows up. And even the trolls. God bless the trolls. God bless the negative people, too. Because you know what? Being lost is the first way to being found, right? And so you can't be found until you're lost. So sometimes being lost, we all have to get lost to be found. You know what I mean? So if you're in a bad place right now, if you have a low frequency, it's okay. You're going to be found somehow, some way. God has a way of making it right. He just does. And if you're not able to come to this live because you're at work right now, you got a boss breathing down your neck. I know how it is. I did it for years. I worked a night shift for 6 years of my life, everybody. I got into work at about 7 to 8 o'clock every night, and I left at about 1:30, 3 in the morning. I did get out early a lot. That's the only reason I continued to do it. I had this cool little game with the guy that worked together, and he would let me leave early, and I would let him come in late. We'd look at the chat. We'd look at a list of things we had to do that day. Oh, I don't do anything in my nose. I don't want you thinking that, but I got like some stuffy stuff. Damn. You know, if I do vacuum cleaning or sometimes, or something comes up, or if I wear something that I have had in the closet for a while, there could be some light lint that just kind of flows into my nostril. It's really off. Okay. This guy's spamming the chat. Please delete him. Damn, man, how come I'm faster than my mods, guys? Come on now. All right. Shout out to Jason Cashmore in the house. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house. Shout out to Susie Bowman. Just subscribe to the newsletter. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Super chats. Do what she just did. I'm telling you right now, she's a smart woman. I would follow her lead. She just joined the newsletter. It's a good idea. I'm usually trolling, but not negative to the stream. At least I hope. Just hanging around until I got my sea legs. Some of the other folks in the group. Trolling is not hanging around. Trolling is being an absolute horrible person. You're not a troll. We love you. Have no fear. All right. Bitcoin all the way back down to 3,033. It is False Move Monday. I even went against my rules to trade on Monday, but we'll see what happens. It's a bigger trade with a larger liquidation. We'll see what happens. And I'm not risking a lot. See, I didn't put in the $1,000. I didn't go full port. You know, I'll go full port when the time is right. All right. So Vulcan Forge, definitely something we want to sit on our radar. Okay. Definitely something. So the 3 coins that I believe that you are must-haves. All right. XNA is a must-have. Okay. JOYSTREAM is a must-have, and GFAL. And of course, I hold all 3, but I believe all 3 of them could do 50 to possibly 100x. Maybe if you didn't get in as early, maybe they're only 50, 60x. You got them when we did. We could definitely 100x them. But those are 3 coins that I said, you know, so would you buy Bitcoin or buy all coins? That's the question on the thumbnail today. Honestly, I do both. And I believe, and here's the reason why. When Bitcoin starts to rip and all coins start to rip, yes, you're going to 10x at all coins. They're going to make you more money. Like GFAL is going to make way more money if you put 10 grand in GFAL and 10 grand in Bitcoin. But if your goal is to own Bitcoins like you should at the end of the day, when you get out of GFAL, you may turn 10 grand into 100 grand, but at the time, Bitcoin might be 100 grand. So then you can only get 1 Bitcoin, you know? But today, if you put 5 grand into Bitcoin, you get 0.25, you know, or get 0.6 or whatever. You get about a sixth of a Bitcoin, or no, let's think, you get a seventh of a Bitcoin now. It's sad, you know, 5 grand just 5, 6, 7 months ago at 15 would have got you a quarter Bitcoin, a little more than a quarter Bitcoin when we went to 19,000. Remember when I bought my Bitcoin in front of everybody live? I bought a Bitcoin live. If you're new here, I bought a Bitcoin live on the channel in front of everybody, a whole Bitcoin, just to prove to everybody that where I believed where we were closer to the bottom. It was a $19,000 Bitcoin. All right. Yeah, there are so many coins, and that's the thing, man. GALA front run just hit my Discord alerts. LOL. Awesome. Sawsome. Isn't that awesome? See? Isn't that awesome? Hey, you want another one? And I set alerts. See, whenever you see a chart with a blue line, and everyone on my trading group, whenever you see the blue line, it means I'm setting an alert. I'm going to right-click it. I'm going to hit add an alert to the line. When price action crosses the line, I get an alert. Price action has to go to the right. We know that. It could go up or down, but it may never hit your alert to the upside. We know it's going to cross. So one day I sat there and I said, why don't I just put my alerts on a vertical line? When price action crosses it, it will tell me. So I can go through 100 coins today and just hit them with the alert. The ones that matter, I hit them with the alert. Bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean? Yeah. Put 1 Bitcoin on a new device. Every chance on the re-ups. Flips alts for fun. Keep Bitcoin for life. Amen. 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 Someone asked about Hex here, and let's take a look at the chat. How are we doing on the super chats here in the fan funding? Wow, we got a lot of super chats coming in. Unbelievable. Shout out to Stanford Mine Co. LLC. God bless you. Light blue suit is tough. As that lifer super fresh. Thank you, man. Who else got it like this, baby? Who else got it like this, baby? You know what I mean? Kurt Draper, only been watching you for a few days. Super interesting stream. Think I'm here to stay. Keep it up. God bless you, Kurt Draper. We love you. Blessing Sam of the Lifers. XNA doing damage, and we knew it. Early thanks to Burke and the Pump. Stas, we love you, brother. You get so much awesome stuff from my trading group. Love you all, Lifers. GFAL, my man. I love you after hours investing. SNXBTC can be traded on KuCoin. Yes, it can. Thank you. High energy, please. I thought I was high energy. Oh, is that an actual coin? High energy? SKL, please. Okay. Shout out to 4chan. Okay. It's the season and no one can stop these Jesus coin blessings. God bless you. Shout out to Lee Colifia. Or Colify. Colify, yeah. Colify. Shout out to Lee Colify. And please look at XRP, brother. So thank you. And can I have a mod just put together that list for me? There you go. Look at Super Chats. SNX Bitcoin, SKL, and Jesus Coin. How did you get the vertical alert line? Alt V. Alt V. Alt H is horizontal. Alt V is vertical. All right. Yes. What do you say to Ben Cohen, who says, don't own any alts, only Bitcoin? He is still claiming that alts and BTC have not bottomed yet. Honestly, I'm going to say something that's very controversial. I watched that guy 2 or 3 times in my life. I got nothing out of him. I love him, and this is going to be, like, people are going to think I'm hating. I'm not hating. I love all the channels out there. And he threw a beautiful party in Miami, and he's an awesome guy, and I have nothing personally about him. However, I've never gotten anything from watching his channel. I've made boatloads of money on tons of altcoins I don't think the guy pays attention to weekly bullish divergence. I don't think he knows what hidden bullish divergence is. I don't think he studied his divergences. Like, he needs to go back to an old school technical analysis class. I think he's got so much of these crazy charts going on that he's lost his sauce. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not, who knows? You know what I mean? But good morning, Ben, to him. That's all I would say, man. God bless him, though. I'm sure there's some data you can get out of it. I'm sure he's got some awesome information. I watched him on and off, and I got nothing out of it. Honestly, I didn't. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cryptoverse. And again, and that's just me. Some people probably watch me, and they can't stand me. You know what I mean? He might watch my channel and think I just talk about blah, 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 and wear suits all day. Like, you know what I mean? Not everybody likes everybody or loves everybody. I get it. You know what I mean? But I never got anything out of watching him, ever. I tried to, and I was really open-minded. I'm an open-minded guy. Trust me, like, I really want to get information. I learn from as many people as humanly possible. I just got nothing out of him. Nothing. I just would watch him draw these big lines and talk a bunch for an hour, and it just, like, waste a lot of my time, man. I started my channel because I was sick of other YouTubers wasting your time. That's why I started my channel. I was like, man, these guys are wasting. They didn't have a dad like me. My dad was high pressure. My dad was always trying to help everything move. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, man. I had a really hard father. I really believe in each and every one of you, and I want to see you change your life. And again, God bless. I'm just answering a question. And actually, I don't want to talk about anyone else. I think he's actually one of the nicest people in the space. I think he's one of the most respectful people in the space. And I think he's a good person. He's a good person. You know what I mean? So, you know what? God bless him and everything that he does. And I wish him the absolute best, man. I really do. I personally didn't get a lot out of watching him. All right. I moved on to other places. But again, maybe you do too. You know what I mean? Maybe. Hey, everybody, join the channel. You made me do it, all right? I did it. What's everybody? You got the sus? Been watching Lifer since the last bull cycle. He knows his ish. Yeah. You're a better person. I know. We all do Bitcoin. And anyway, and God bless him, man. And again, I'm not going to talk about anyone else ever again. It's not good. It's hard, though, when someone asks you a serious question and I want to answer it honestly. I'm an honest guy. See, that's the thing about Aries. We're so honest. Sometimes we're brutally honest. You know, we say what's on our mind. We say what we're thinking. And again, it's not always the greatest, right? I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not perfect, everybody. I never claim to be. Okay? I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be. But I will give it to you straight, just like my dad did. I'll raise by ironworkers and bricklayers, man. Do you think they gave it to me straight? Gareth Soloway is one of the nicest people you ever meet. That's the only thing I'll say about Gareth. One of the nicest people you ever meet. And he manages big money. You can say whatever you want. Like, he buys $4 million of a coin. He has his own hedge fund. Like, say whatever you want. The man's a businessman. And I've met him numerous times. I have a good relationship with him. Gareth is a beautiful and a wonderful person. I have nothing, only love for Gareth Soloway. One of the nicest people I've ever met. I asked him personally how to start a hedge fund, and he sat down and told me and broke it down, dude. He didn't have to do that. I get goosebumps, man. He's a nice guy. He's a good person, and I see him a lot. We bump into each other. We're in the same circles, you know? So I would like to have a really good relationship with Gareth. I think he's a beautiful man. He's a good guy, man. I'm telling you right now, from the bottom of my heart, dude's been nothing but nice to me. Nothing but nice to me. You know? Nothing but nice. Yeah. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. You know what I mean? That's really how you got to be positive. You got to be positive. All right? Do you like Floki? No, I don't, but I think it could do damage. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at the DXY now. You know, as I kind of took you on a little bit of an altcoin journey here. And look at this puppy, man. Continuing to dump. Like, this is what we want to look. The shoulder, the head, the shoulder. Dump to the downside. Bearish retest. Dump to the downside. The daily got low, 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 low. Shorty got low. DXY got low, 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 low. But yo, DXY got low, baby, low. You know what I mean? And I called this dump. Remember, I kept telling you that was your top. I called the top for the DXY here. We made this move back to the upside. They tried all they could to get it back above this resistance. They could not, right? Who wanted to get into the DXY when you can get into altcoins? The whole world knows that the halving's coming and that altcoins are going to pump. Come on now. So look at the DXY on the 3-day chart. This thing is continuing to the downside. It's going to come down to the 200 SMA. Once it hits that, it's going to break it. I'm telling you right now. So once you lose the 200 SMA, oh my gosh. So if this daily candle closes below the 200 SMA, you're going to dump. Then when I switch to the 3-day, once the daily loses the 200 SMA, Your next stop is the 3-day 200 SMA. I've backtested these ideas and I've showed it to you many, many times. You could trade any altcoin with all the same exact idea. All right? This is telling me that all coins are going up. Real estate is going to go up. Anything the price of the dollar is going to go back up to the upside. They took the inflation numbers and squabbled them and make them crazy because they can't keep raising rates. Because if they keep raising rates, they're going to price people out of the market. If they price people out of the market, they're going to make a Great Depression. Then they're going to get blamed. Honestly, they'll never get to 2%. I told you I'm going to run for president in 2032 on this idea. 12 years from now, you're going to see me campaigning for presidency. And I'm going to be talking about how I led the people to Bitcoin at a low price. How I was preaching how to, honestly, if the U.S. government right now started buying Bitcoin, we would be out of debt, or we would have been, had the U.S. government put half of the entire balance sheet into Bitcoin at 16,000, like we did, between 16 and 19, they would have doubled the money right now. We would have been able to pay off the debt to the Federal Reserve, kick the Federal Reserve out of our lives, and made our own money like Colonial Script. You have to remember, I'm not even just an analyst. That's what's different between me and a lot of these other guys that look at the charts and that you ask me about. You know, all the other people that you've brought up, they don't bring up 5,000 years of historical data. I've been studying fiat currency for, I went back in time and looked at all the different types of fiat currency in the world. Dude, so many people don't know what Colonial Script is. Your favorite YouTuber should know what Colonial Script is. It was the earliest form of American currency, all right? And we went through a bunch of different changes, but Colonial Script really changed the world. And actually, it was our own form of currency that wasn't based off the central banks. And it was really good and it worked really well, all right? But they took it away from us because they didn't want the whole world to know that we had Colonial Script, all right? It was a paper fiat money as opposed to a special issued by the colonies. In the pre-evolution era, up to 1775, it was altogether different money from continental currency, which was money issued during the American Revolution that depreciated rapidly to fund the war. They printed the continental dollar to zero, okay? I believe Bitcoin is the new Colonial Script, and that's what I talk about all the time, all right? You got to watch the movie Money Masters. You have to watch the 8-part series, The Hidden Secrets of Money. You must start to understand what's happening to the Federal Reserve and what's happening in America today, all right? So I see the DXY continuing to dump here and falling to this 200 SMA and then continuing to fall likely to the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. How much money is flowing in and out of Bitcoin compared to the altcoins? That's Bitcoin dominance, all right? And look, Bitcoin dominance actually is putting its line in the sand here. It had a nice little run up. The alts had a nice little run. We fell down for the last, 12 or 13 days. The alts are doing lovely. But Bitcoin dominance now has hit a beautiful resistance. It's in a cup and handle, a Sammy cup and handy to the upside. But look, this could go all the way up here. Wow, Bitcoin dominance rips up because if the ETF gets approved, you're going to see some people sell off some alts. You will, not every alt, but Bitcoin will take center stage again. And that's what happens in these rallies. Bitcoin takes center stage, pumps the market. You need it. Bitcoin's the biggest one in the game. So it's like if you had a circus and everyone came to see like a huge attraction, but then they stayed to watch the other attractions. The altcoins are the other attractions, but Bitcoin is the main attraction. And so you need Bitcoin to gainer up that power, gainer up that movement, get everybody involved, get everybody excited, and then boom, boom, boom to the upside. We get Bitcoin all the way to 58,000, to 58% there. And that's a big move. So I'm looking for a move here. It does look like this could definitely occur. You may double top, but it looks like you're definitely coming for this resistance, and then you're going to see what happens. But that's a nice cup and handy for Bitcoin dominance. And again, that tells me that Bitcoin can get a bit moved. And so what I do is I look at Bitcoin dominance, and then I juxtapose Bitcoin dominance with Tether dominance. All right, go to the 3-day chart, USDT.D, and I've been showing you guys this for 2-3 years now of how I time the markets pretty nicely. And I can see, look, you lost the 200 SMA on the 3-day. That's so bearish for Tether. Whenever you lose a 200 SMA on a big time frame like that, you're dumping very, very hard. And look, you kind of have a shoulder, you have this like, you have heavy resistance. Now, so to me, this tells me that you're going to get a drop on the DXY while you get a pump on Bitcoin dominance. And that Tether dominance wants to come up a little bit there, but if Tether dominance moves up while Bitcoin dominance moves up, it means people are selling out of altcoins into Bitcoin, It's never a good idea to panic sell. If you have a conviction in the crypto you invested in, you should eventually win or at least break even. Bitcoin 77 Solana. I'll tell everyone, I've made, I think, like 100 big investments in my life. 100. One time I got into Litecoin, all right? I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you some real life stories too that'll change the way you look at the markets. So let's look at Litecoin USDT. I wasn't always perfect in my trades, and I still have to be heavily focused, but things do go a lot better for me than they used to when I first started trading crypto even. So I got into Litecoin. If you remember, Bitcoin had that huge pump in 2019 right here. And I believe that was the beginning of the bull run, right? I didn't know. It was the first time kind of getting out of a bear market. I got all excited and I jump into I got a huge tax return that day. I'm at work and, shut down by the Brits. Yep. Benjamin Franklin was boasting. They shut it down. Yep. They did. Fire sign on fire, baby. I don't know what that means. Link and ILV. Pump, pump, pump. Dude. Alluvium continues to bang on them. So look, I got into Litecoin here at 126, 130. Okay. It came all the way back down to a bottom at $16. I put $7,000 in there. I think my $7,000, do the math. Watch this. So I go and I see Litecoin at $130 divided by 7,000. I put my tax return in there thinking it's great. All right. Sorry. I end up with about 4.6 Litecoins. That doesn't make, 460 Litecoins, right? I can do the math. And so I end up with 53 Litecoins, right? And then it goes down to $15. Dude, I end up with $800. All right? Now, most people would have been depressed. I said, you know what? I believe the market will come back. I'm not going to look at it. And then when the market ripped back up, I sold my Litecoin for gains. You know what I mean? And I took profits. And I ended up making 10. I ended up selling it for like 10, 11 grand. It took some time. It took me from 2019 to 2021. It took like a year and a half. But again, and my whole life, there's only been one trade that I had to cut off for a loss that I got into was GFAL. And I lost 15 grand on it. In my whole life, there was one trade that didn't play out. Every trade that I've held long-term for the next rally, now I may have timed it wrong, but I've had patience, man. And I've done it a few times, So I've been down hard before and I made it out. You know what I mean? And again, I don't do that anymore because I know how to time the market way better. I understand the markets. I understand where I'm going in. Like, I don't do that anymore. Like, I would have been able to see an overbought stochastic at that point on the weekly, and I would have read an overbought weekly and saw resistance and stuff like that. But look at the Adam and Eve. Look, it made an Adam and Eve and then it was gone. Adam and Eve's, I'm telling you right now, if you can figure out how to trade Adam and Eve's with me, it's going to change your whole life. It's the triangle with the semicircle on the right side. It booms to the upside. I lost my butt on GFAL. You lost on GFAL too? Wow, you too? The Patrick Gruber, man, if I ever see that guy, he's the only CEO I wanted to throw an egg at one day, honestly. Like, when you're losing hard and the CEO or the keeps coming out and doing these press conferences and talking nonsense, it can piss you off. It's like, all right, buddy. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at SNXBTC. And I do have a link to KuCoin if you want to jump on in. So this is making a rounded bottom. I personally hold SNX. I believe it's going, it's supposed to be the derivative. It's supposed to be basically put derivatives on the blockchain. You know what I mean? It's supposed to really help TradFi interact with DeFi, right? It's supposed to kind of change the way we do business. It's forming a large bull. I would wait for the bull to come on out. And this is a long-term hold, but I see as the market rips again, we get to some big highs to the upside. Did it bottom yet? It doesn't look too low. If I look at the 5-day chart, it's got some legs to the upside. It's got a bit of a double bottom here. Almost an Adam and Eve there that could break to the upside. I'd see it likely pumping up to the 200 SMA at one point. But again, watch out for Bitcoin dominance ripping. Like, it had a nice run up. And SNX would be nice. I'd like to see it get above this POC at 1152, right? I think it's 1152 Satoshi. That'll come back now. Here it comes, right? Boom. So once it gets above this red line, and why does that move around? Because it looks at how much data you have on the screen. And that's why it's not the fixed range. If you want the fixed range, you can go here and just grab the fixed range. And then it will take the data that you want just from any area that you go sideways. And that won't stay the same. But look, the POC will still be there, and then it will line up with the high volume node. Same thing. If you're using whatever VRVP you're using, you're going to get the same information. It's derived from the same place. Also, if you add the VRVP to your chart and it doesn't look like mine, it's because your input is at 24. Just go to the inputs and put a 0 next to 24. I want to make sure I'm thorough for you. I mean, I like this double bottom, and it says that we're going to break up to the 200 SMA. So I wouldn't be surprised if SNXBTC is up here in about, I don't know, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 or 5-day candles, which will take some time, 25 days, something like that. But it looks like it's coming. Once it gets above this level, it's going to rip through that gap, and this thing can really start to move. I own SNX long term. We'll see what happens. Shout out to 1,000 people on the live. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. I've learned more about the important things in life here with Lifers in the past year than I did in 12 years of traditional education. Thank you. Shirley Sound, I love that you said that, because I don't know how much I teach. I go so fast and I talk about so many things, but my key is to change the way you think about your life and about opportunities. My live stream is really an example of doing what you want to do with your life. It's an example of going all the way with the way you want to live, and it's an example of not sitting back and listening to others. So I must have put scale out. I don't know when I drew this, but I had to have drawn this line somewhere, September 29th of October. I like this coin. I've talked about it before. It's a hot coin. Actually, I have a little bag of it somewhere, I think on some account. But wow, look at this thing, Moon, all the way up to 05822. And that thing went up 113%. It's one of the biggest gainers today. And look, you front run the golden cross on the daily. It's simple. When you see the 50 coming, I find a little bit of a flag. Once I get above resistance, boom, baby. Like, this thing prints. Like, understanding how to front run a golden cross, it has to be at the right time. You'll see golden crosses in bear markets. They won't pay out like this. But this is amazing. Dan, gotta go. Plane is taking off. God bless you, brother. WSP Lifer, can you please check out Crow? Yeah, any updates on your Caspa bag? When $1? I mean, my Caspa bag's pretty big. I don't know when it's going to hit $1. I don't really stress that. I just hold on for the long term. That's a bit of a elongated cup and handle, too, to the upside on SKL. Now, is it going to continue? I'd be taking some profits the second you get really far away from the 21-day moving average. And so for me right now, I would start a flag here. If it's going to continue, it's going to flag on out, maybe bigger or smaller, and it has to interact with the 21-day moving average. At one point, one of these will make a downtrend. You make a low with a lower high, and that's when I would start to watch out. But right now, you have a high, a low, a higher high. If you put in a higher low, I'd have to assume you put in a higher high until the trend decides to change. And the trend will change on the smaller time frames. All right. Jesus coin on COLONIAL. Wow, so it made this beautiful ascending triangle. It broke out of, and now it's kind of in this like bigger channel here. That's what I'm seeing. It broke out, broke back inside. That's some crazy wick action. And again, I wouldn't trade this coin. I love Jesus. Don't get me wrong. Jesus is the man. Yeshua, bro. But the Esau really was, I believe, his real name, right? But the idea is this. I mean, honestly, it's got a nice double bottom, and I could see it making a move to the upside. I'm personally not going to trade it, but I like what I'm seeing on the 8-hour time frame. Tight moving averages inside of the zone. Stochastics moving up. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD, and the RSI also is inside of a bull pennant. So whenever I can pull a bull pennant on the actual RSI too, it tells me we're likely going to break to the upside. I do see a movement coming out of this based on the technical analysis. I have no idea what's going to happen to it, but the TA says it could pump pretty nicely to the upside. Let's take a look at XRPZ. XRPZ, I have a photographic memory. I put it out recently. It's in a giant cup and handle, about to break out on the daily. That's the last time I looked at it. It probably should be there. Yeah, there's my photographic memory, imprinting, XRP. And I could see that coming down to the golden pocket, 618 gold. If it can come down there, beautiful. It may not get that low, but I definitely see this as a buy zone for XRP. And I like what I'm seeing here for XRP. This is supposed to play out. You look at your daily time frame, and you're very oversold in the stochastics RSI. And if you keep coming down, you're going to make a hidden bullish. You kind of already have some hidden bullish because this swings up while that swings down. And, that's very interesting to me. So pay attention. Hidden bullish divergence on XRP. All right. TA on slip, please. Send in a super chat for TA and deep dive. And the show is coming to an end as well. 12 o'clock, baby. 12 o'clock. I got to let other people stream. I can't take over all the streams. So Crow's doing numbers. Had a huge pump to the upside again. All you had to know was how to front run the golden cross. I mean, I can keep telling you this over and over again, but you do whatever you want. People say, moving averages don't work. Why don't you trade EMAs? It's like, I trade what I trade. But when I see that, I've even given it a bump up there. But when I see that red line coming up for the yellow line, I know a big move is coming. It's simple to me. So simple to me. And then once I pump up fast, I know that we can't go to our next big move until we interact with the 21-day moving average. Simple to me. You will learn all these simple things if you hang out with me every single day in the trading group. It's going to get absorbed. You're just going to pick up. My posts alone are going to start teaching you stuff. All right? My post alone, like Post Malone. Kind of sound like Post Malone. My post alone, like Post Malone. Well, look, I'd watch this. If it stays inside this channel, then you're likely going to get another pump to the upside, and it's looking pretty healthy. There's a chance it makes a falling wedge and goes further down. But because it bounced so nicely and made a higher low, it is showing signs of a bigger trend forming to the upside. So I see this thing continuing, and the measured move takes it. To about 16 cents from 9. So I see a big move coming out of Crow. All right. And when my alert hits, I'll be able to adjust the situation and see what's better or worse. All right. How about Pip? Pip was something I was looking at recently. And look, you get tight moving averages. The first move is you pump up to the 200 SMA. This is the first thing I teach. Then once you flip that, you get a bigger move to the upside. So I'd be watching Pip the same way I just talked about the other Crow. You know what I mean? I'd be just setting my projections, waiting for the 21 to touch price action. Then I can see the trade before it happens. I can see where we're going to go, what we need. And then I set my alert here. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Spaces at 8. Reminder. Bang, bang, bang. Tonight, we have Spaces at 8 every single Monday night. I do Spaces at 8. I would love to get you in there. Spaces at 8, man. So many things. I almost forgot about my own Spaces at 8. Go over to Twitter every single Monday night at 8 p.m. from about 8 to 10. You know what I mean? We do Spaces at 8. However long we have, to get people going. Right? So, yeah, Spaces at 8, baby. Spaces at 8. All right? And again, don't worry about the ETF. I'm not using it anymore. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. It's all just nonsense news. I'm going to focus on the technical analysis. Honestly, focusing on that ETF got into my head a little bit and almost got me doing something that I really wouldn't be doing normally. You know what I mean? So I don't focus on the ETF anymore. It's not important to me. Not a big deal. All right? Let's see if there was some news about it today. Kathy Woods ARK Invest filed an updated version of its spot ETF with the SEC. Bloomberg analyst said these updates are getting in shape for SEC approval. 6 minutes coming. Update. ARK Invest just filed another amendment prospectus for their spot. They're going to keep going until they get it right. You don't mess with Kathy Wood, man. She's going to get it done. All right. Hot 8 potentially benefit from spot ETF. So this is big news for Bitcoin. Just in, ARK files another amendment. Yeah, they're like, oh, no. Just in, ARK Invest has unexpectedly submitted their third amendment. Yeah. So that's kind of the news we see happening on the ETF. All right. Definitely FOMO news. Yeah, let's just stay away from it. Jenna, healthy body, healthy mind. 100%. I worked out today. You got to work out every single day. So important that you take care of yourself. Bitcoin getting it completely damaged, though. I'm down $27 in the trade. Oh no. We were up nicely, though. See, that's another reason why a scalp trade on a Monday is important. Remember, I'm going for a bigger idea. I got a bigger time frame in my mind. I'm not stressing the smaller time frames at all. And again, if I liked the market a lot and it was a Tuesday, I would have went harder, would have went bigger, would have went better, but I don't really care about the market on a Monday like that. I'm not going to go too hard. I'm also up big on my near trade. I'm up big on some other trades. I'm up like pretty nicely already on the day. So, I swing a spot, baby. I swing a spot bag, man. I swing me a spot bag, man. Hey, cheerio. Wow. And just been an amazing couple of weeks of trading. Unbelievable. Also, it's good. I took profits along the way. It's always important to pay yourself. Can you check total through? Broke the trend. It's going down. Bearish head and shoulders. Let's take a look at total 3 here. No, it didn't break any trend at all. It made an Adam and Eve double bottom, broke above resistance, and it's holding. It's still inside of a flag about to pump to the upside. Whoever told you it broke a trend is out of their mind. Has no idea what they're talking about and doesn't know how to do technical analysis. So I'm sorry if you're getting misled, but that's an oversold 22-hour time frame. You're getting hidden bullish divergence because this is swinging down while that's swinging up. And as long as you stay above 390, you're going to go and moon further to the upside. So I see this as a more of a bullish sign and just some sideways price action. You know what I mean? And remember, things are going to slow down a little bit. People are going to sell, tax loss harvest. Then they're going to go, this week is going to slow down. Okay? It's going to. Everyone's going to be with their families in 2 days from now, right? I'm traveling on Wednesday. Who isn't traveling on Wednesday? I mean, the whole world is traveling on Wednesday. It's going to be insane. You know what I mean? Going to have to leave early, sit in traffic. You know how it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for bringing it. Well, let me look at Total 3 in all its entirety for you. All right. And I'll be super bearish, and then I'll be super bullish. I'll give you both scenarios possible. I'm not wrong because I'm not telling you what's going to happen. I'm giving you the technical analysis. So you're telling me the TA is wrong. I don't think, feel, or anything. It's not what I think or feel. So I couldn't be wrong because I'm not telling you what's going to happen to the price action. I'm just giving you probabilities. I'll show you simple stuff right now. Number one, Bitcoin's bottom was called by a weekly bullish div. All right. If you go to the weekly and you have bullish divergence on Total 3, then you have to assume that was your bottom. All right. People that don't know how to read divergences do not understand how to trade, period. All right. So swing up to swing up while that swung down. That was likely your bottom right there. We came back down in June for a little more, and then we made the Adam and Eve double bottom that I showed you on so many charts. Once you make an Adam and Eve, the measured move is the length of the base here. Boom. You even had another Adam and Eve right here inside the Adam and Eve, which is a very bullish sign. Okay. Boom. Okay. So I don't know what, the 2-week chart is a little overbought, but remember the last time we were overbought, we were right here. It became the massive, we were in the same exact spot right there. It was a massive move for the altcoins. Again, look, we came all the way down. We retraced to a 786 Fibonacci retracement. Like right there, and you're in the golden pocket. I mean, that's a beautiful fib retracement. I would be gobbling up as many altcoins as humanly possible in this level. You may have panic sold all your altcoins, so you're bugging out, right? I just want to say you're wrong, this guy. You're wrong. Total 3 is that head and shoulder pattern and a diamond pattern. Okay, thank you. Appreciate your input, man. Okay. I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. I've been wrong my whole life. My trading group only just doubles in the bear market and people make boatloads of money. But hey, and again, I don't know everything. I'm open-minded to believe you could be right. You know what I mean? I wouldn't tell you were wrong. I'd tell you, let's look at it together and find out. But here's the deal. You got to be more open-minded, in my humble opinion. So look, we have resistance for the altcoins clearly at this stage at 443 billion. We have beautiful support that we got back above. We closed the candle above support on the 2-week chart. That's very bullish. Okay? Again, look at where your 200 SMA is. You're not even there yet. You're on your way. When these get tight, you pump up. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a 90% chance you pump up to this 200 SMA. How's this? How's this? Promise me that if you watch this pump up here, you join my trading group, Ila Bena. All right? If I prove to you that my strategies work better than what you're thinking, I have respect for your life before it is actually showing that, but you are right in the bigger time frames. I'm not right or wrong, man. I'm not right or wrong. I'm telling you, it's not about being right or wrong. You're too into your emotions. That's how a very beginner trader will talk. You're right, you're wrong. It doesn't, no, we're going over the analysis and trading probabilities. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about trading the probability in front of you, period. So the 2-day chart got above the 200 SMA, all right? The 3-day chart got above, look, now you're front running a golden cross coming on the 3-day chart. I'm just showing you facts of life, man. You can talk about whatever you want, but these are facts. You also got above a huge resistance on the altcoins. Like, that's a big deal that you got back above that just 12, 15 days ago. So I see some bullish movement. We go to the daily, and the daily's getting oversold, and it's making a beautiful, like, ascending triangle. So Total 3 looks very interesting to me for a pretty nice pump to the upside. Measured move will be the length of almost the whole pole. Honestly, measured move is this whole length. I don't believe me, but that's how big it should be getting. And that takes us to $525 billion. Gives a pretty nice move to the upside, don't you think? Smaller and bigger time frames. So again, what will be bearish? If we break a 200 SMA on the 2-day or the 3-day chart. If we start to break this, they're highly unlikely as price is going up and the 200 is going down, and you're looking for these moving averages to cross. But again, anything is possible. I'm open-minded. Look, you got a golden cross coming here too as well. You just got to go a little more sideways and wait for the 21 to catch up to price action. That's just the one thing that I am looking at. But look, the 22 hours got the 21. All right. And someone said they see a head and shoulder pattern. To me, that's not a head and shoulder pattern, and I'll explain why on the 4-hour time frame. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You know, so here's the head and shoulder right here. There's your shoulder. There's your head. There's your right shoulder. You broke to the downside and could not make it. You came back up, and then you started a whole new pattern. This is not the head and shoulder pattern, in my humble opinion. I guess, I mean, I'm open-minded. You could say it, but then how did you... Once you break a neckline, it's likely not the head and shoulder pattern, in my humble opinion. I'm open-minded, though. The 4-hour doesn't look good at all. I'll give you that. 4-hour is bearish right now on the altcoins. All right? So I look at something like this and just make sure that we don't breach this trend line. 4-hour does look like it's going to come down on these alts. However, the daily is going to, the DXY doesn't look good. It doesn't make sense. So again, we could slowly push down on the 4-hour. What goes up must come down. But then I'd be looking for a push back to the upside here. I'd also like the 200 SMA to come closer into price action. And we look at the daily in the 1-hour. The 1-hour doesn't look too bad, but the 1-hour may make a right shoulder here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. So I do see some movement for the altcoins to the downside. It doesn't look amazing. And I guess I see a shoulder, head, and a shoulder here on the 1-hour time frame. And that could break us down for sure. Definitely could break us down. All right? So just be careful. Always take profits. If you're in heavy in a lot of coins, a good idea to take some profits. Unless you got into something so early that you're up. So I would heed that. That doesn't look amazing. That's a head and shoulder pattern for sure on the 1-hour time frame. But we're oversold. We'll see what happens. And again, I'm not bearish until the 4-hour breaks, until we start losing moving averages on a bigger time frame. You're the man, Lifer. Thanks for the information. Anytime, man. Check out Tether. We'll wrap up the story. I mean, Tether looks bearish as all heck. U.S. Tether dominance hit a resistance mode, and this is the same thing Bitcoin's been doing, but it's a Livermore cylinder upside down. See, Bitcoin's here. This is Bitcoin. It's upside down, right? I just made this upside down. Likely to pump up, right? But then Tether dominance. Tether dominance is just, it's in an Adam and Eve double top. Look at that. Period. You know, we trade these on the alts all day long. That's an Adam and Eve double top on the, that's dumping. That's a 90% chance that dumps. I'm telling you right now. Further to the downside and follows the dollar. And then that comes all the way back down to the channel that it's supposed to go to. And this rising wedge ends up breaking down like we talked about. And this broadening falling wedge just gets worse and worse. Yikes. You can even say it's like here, and it's, you know, but that's an Adam and Eve double top with a measured move down to about 598 from 633 on Tether dominance. All right. Moving into tokens. Yep. Oh, so many people are buying so many small cap gems, and you're not going to see that movement too, because small cap gems are kind of like, you know, you don't see it all. Shout out to the fan funding. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Space at 8. Shout out to Giuseppe. God bless you. Can you check out Crow? We did that. Any updates on the Casper bag is doing great. 50 grand. Shout out to Stanford Mindco. Kurt Draper Stas. After Hours Investing. Josiah Jelowick. Finbook. Evanbook. Vinmos. Gyros. Evanbook again. Mac Tire. My man. Lee Kolafai. The Stranger. 0509. RC Moore. Giuseppe and Crypto Billy. And every single person that gave through the stream. And even if you didn't give money, thank you so much for giving your time, your energy, and your comments. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And everybody, I love you all. I thank you all for coming to the live stream. Let's take a look at Bitcoin one more time before we get on out of here and see what happened on this crazy false move Monday. We went up. We went down. We went up again. We went down again. You know, and the 15-minute didn't look amazing to me. I did mention that. 15-minute was overbought and looked like it could come back down. So let's make some sense of this insaneness. And this is Mondays, man. False move Monday, right? We did get a nice scalp to the upside, right? Short-term scalp on that Monday was nice. You know, this does resemble a diamond, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to say it doesn't. You got this high mode, this sideways, you know, that's a bit of a diamond pattern. Break you back down inside the pattern, but we go sideways before that happens. You know, if I make this bigger trend line, honestly, I want to give my mind a rest before I do my other analysis. That's just how my mind works. I kind of want to rest it because it's a lot. But I feel like we did break back inside the pattern, you know, unfortunately so, the bigger pattern here. And that means that we could come right back down to the bottom. We're still back inside of this, though, which is interesting. You know, I'm getting a lot of mixed signals. It's a pretty, I mean, they did a lot of wackiness today. But wait for the 15-minute to reset. The 1 hour still looks like it could get some moves. The 4 hour doesn't look amazing, right? The 4 hour's overbought. Could be coming down for a master dump. And you got tweezer tops. The daily had some, the weekly had some tweezer tops. And I don't want to be 100% bullish or bearish here. I'm open-minded. Anything could happen. I'm just going to delete some of this stuff. I got too much going on. But back to the macro, you're still inside of a symmetrical triangle. That's going to break up or down 50% of the time. I mean, 50-50 here. Your measured move up is the length of the base. Your measured move down is the length of the base. You move down, you're coming somewhere down to this level here. Tussling with the 200 SMA. And you're seeing 34,300 is possible, right? You break up, you're going all the way up here. So this is the 50-50 pattern. Either way, one of them takes you to 40,000. So you're looking for Bitcoin to get above this. Look, resistance, resistance, resistance. Heavy resistance for Bitcoin at 37,440. If Bitcoin can't get back above 37.5, expect more downside, period. You know, insurance shorts with the stop losses above this area in case we take a dump, in my humble opinion. Am I long or short right now? I'm not going to take a trade until Monday afternoon. That's how I roll. And we'll talk about it in the trading group. Stay diligent. Stay focused. And everyone, I'm out of here for the day. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you got a lot of awesome information. And may God bless each and every one of you for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow on a beautiful, beautiful live stream. God bless you all. Amen.